So welcome back to my channel. Today's gonna be another story time because you guys really wanted me to do this story time, and y'all see by the title what the fuck it is. And listen and just watch the full story before y'all say something. Listen before y'all assume anything, okay? Anyway, since my dumbass still don't got no intro, y'all would know what I'm gonna do. Don't mind my lash too, because listen, yeah. That's where I'm from. I'm a bad bitch, so I do what the fuck I want. Daddy with a fatty and it's real, so I got it from. Yeah, you cool, but it's me that's that nigga wrong. But I don't want your broke nigga, he a bum. The last one was a fuck with when he had me, he know what to do. But anyways, if you're in bad bitch mob, you're the op. So disclaimer, I don't date girls and I'm not into girls like that, okay? Feel me? And I know already people gonna be like,
why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
bitch, she got her aiding out by a girl and she not into girls. Yeah, okay, but I'm not, trust me, okay? Please, I can't date a girl like I cannot date a girl, okay? And if you watching this, because I know you watch my stuff, because we still cool, feel me? Like, I'm not gonna say your name, I'm not gonna put your name on it. And if somebody knows, if you know her, because you was around us that time, you don't know who I'm talking about. So like, don't do it. Don't do it. Just shut the fuck up and watch the video. So anyways, we're gonna call her we're gonna call her China. So I knew China because I knew her boyfriend, okay? So during that time I was talking to somebody and they was both friends with each other. So like her boyfriend was friends with the guy I was talking to. So we was always chilling together and shit, feel me? This was the summer, or like literally right into my sophomore year, like going into my sophomore year. Probably sophomore year really started, I think, cause yeah. So yeah, I was 15. Oh yeah, so definitely it was sophomore year. Like sophomore year already started. I was 15, okay? I was talking to some dude, not serious at all. Just a little shit to have fun. Like he would just, he would just I'm trying to be like as appropriate as possible because I don't want to get like I be cursing too much and I be saying stuff too much on this shit. So he would just be there for fun, feel me? I never did nothing else with him like that. We ain't have sex, none of that, so don't think that. So anyways, I knew her like that, whatever. That's how we met. So we always used to chill and shit outside of school because I met them outside of school. They did not go to my school, so don't even try to, you people don't try to connect the dots and find out who the fuck it is because they didn't go to my school. Don't try to blame me. Anyways, as girls, we gon' obviously, start becoming friends and shit because we was always together. Even though I didn't know her, I just knew her boyfriend because they was friends. So we became friends. We would talk about the boys, feel me? We would talk about them. And one day we was talking about how, bro, why am I nervous to say this? Because this is not embarrassing, but it's low-key embarrassing. Like, bitch, you're wildin', like, kind of. But anyways, so one day we was in the car and we was talking about how, well, she started talking about how her boyfriend was like, don't know how to like, eat pussy, basically. And I was just laughing there like, ha ha ha, like, okay, like why is she violating her nigga like that? But I didn't care about the other boy either. He wasn't my boyfriend. So I was like, you know what's funny? He don't know how to give head either. Like, well, not they didn't know how to give head. It's just like it wasn't like anything special. Like they didn't know what they was doing, but they was trying to get the job done, but it wasn't working. So we was talking about them, talking about everything, like mad TMI shit that they was doing. She was like, oh yeah, I wish that I liked guys less than I like girls. I'm like, what? When she said that, I was like, what? Because we was smoking too, and I'm like, bitch, did I hear her right? Or am I fucking stupid right now? So she was basically like, yeah, she wish she liked girls more than she liked guys. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what does that even mean? And she was like, yeah, I used to talk to girls and I used to, fuck with girls and shit. So you're bi. She was like, not really, like, I don't date girls, but I just, do stuff with them. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like,
how do you do that? How do you do that? What the hell is going on?
Me being curious, I ain't never did shit with a girl, so I'm like, what the fuck you did with a girl? For me, like, I wanted the details. She was like, girl, yeah, girls know what the fuck to do on girls because they're girls, so they know what girls want. So she started telling me how a girl, what we gonna name her? We're gonna call her Christina. Christina, how that girl was eating her out, fingering her, whatever you wanna say, all that shit. And she started telling me like how it was. So she started telling me, she's like, yeah, she started really describing it in details, which is the funny part. Like, listen, I'm mad nosy, I like details, so I was like, I didn't care, I was with it. I'm like, yeah, bitch, like, tell me the details, I'm bored. So she started telling me how the girl was doing this, doing that, and I'm like, does this nigga know? And she was like, yeah, I told him. I was like, yeah, I told him he needs to step his game up because I'm gonna leave him. And I was like, cause this, like, keep it in mind, I was friends with the boy first. Like, I never had friends that were girls. I always had niggas as friends. So I was friends with him, and that's how I met the boy I was talking to. So it was like, I knew him before, and then she's over here saying all that shit. And I'm like, should I just, like, listen to the shit, or should I tell him? Like, you know what? Girls always gonna support each other. So I'm not gonna say nothing. That's their business, but whatever. So we in the car, and we in the back seat because obviously they're fucking driving, right? But they're not in the car yet because we was waiting somewhere. Whatever. So she starts telling me what the girl was doing and shit. I'm like, the fuck? That sounds like the total opposite of what the guys was doing. Because I don't know why, but you guys just don't know how to. Some guys, I'm not gonna say all guys, but some guys just don't know what to do when it comes to eating a vagina. That's all I'm gonna say. But then she was like, yeah, so she asked me about this dude, and I was like, it's not that bad, but it's just like, we was talking.
I was talking shit, okay?
Because, like, you guys do stuff that's funny sometimes, or that's just not doing nothing. So it's like, we were talking about that. We were like, yeah, he was going like, she went like this. Like, it's like, this is the vagina. The clit be over here, and y'all niggas be over here. What the? Or y'all be, I'm talking about, like, pretend my finger is the tongue. Y'all be, this is the clit up here. And y'all be over here like, boy, it's not that hard. All you gotta do is just be on that. That's it. Don't do nothing else. If you don't know what the fuck you're doing, then just don't do nothing else and just be on that. And that's it. But this is a problem. Y'all be on it and then for like 5 seconds and then y'all leave and go back to doing shit that don't feel nothing at all. That don't feel good at all. So that's what we were talking about. And then I'm like, oh, she asked me if I ever did anything with a girl. I'm like, no. She was like, I ain't never kissed a girl. I ain't never did nothing. Like, I ain't with that. I like niggas. I like, okay? Forever and always. Period. So then she was like, oh, but she was like, you should try it one day. Da-da-da-da. Fast forward. I'm like, oh, okay, hi. She's like, I never looked at it as her trying to, like, flirt with me and shit. So now fast forward, weeks later, we become close friends and we be chilling together all the time. Feel me? And one day she had her boyfriend's car, right? So she came to get me from school because, okay, I just left school. I was not expecting this to happen. So, yo, this is so crazy. Okay. So if you went to my high school, Hillcrest. You know that is like the fucking hill, and down the hill is like by the school shit where you be coming out. Like there's different openings to come out from the school, and over there be like empty and like nobody be there. So we went. She parked up over there, and I'm thinking we just gonna smoke, whatever, like we always do. But this time, like, okay, I got in the back seat because nigga, I wanted to lay down. Cause nigga, I was tired of school. I wanted to take a nap. Plus, like, I never liked sitting on the front seat because I don't like putting on my seatbelt. But then she parks still by the school, and I'm in the back of the seat. We start smoking, and she comes to the back. And yo, okay, I blame it on the weed, bro. Honestly, it wasn't me. That was not me. That was not me. It was the weed. It was the weed. It was the weed that day. It wasn't me. Cause no. So we start talking. She started talking about him again. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, cause I asked about him, like, where is he at? Cause she got his car and shit. I'm in the back of the seat. And yes, the car was tinted, cause that's crazy. And yes, I know. You already know where this is going. Yes, it was in the car. It was in the car. I'm just there laying down in the back, and she's not in the back. So the way I was laying down was like on this side, and she over here on this side, but I was laying down facing her, like that way. So we started, since I brought him up, because I was asking about him, like where he at and shit. She started talking about the issue again and stuff. So she was like, yeah, I'm about to just start dating girls again and shit. I'm like, but you just said you don't like her. Whatever. She was high. So I don't know if she was just trying to like lead it to that point. That's why she said that. Cause now she got a nigga till this day. Talking about right now, she got a nigga, so clearly she was lying. So she comes to the back and we're talking blah 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 blah. And then she started talking about eating pussy again, like. And then so she keeps talking about how what the girls was doing to her, blah blah blah, and how it feels better with a girl because girls know what they're doing. And so I asked her, I'm like, okay, I didn't ask her because I wanted to get eaten out, but I asked her because I was curious now. She was getting all this stuff done, like, did she do something with girls? Like, did she do something to the girl? So I asked her, I'm like, did you know? She was like, yeah. And she started gassing herself up. She was like, yeah, the fuck, like, best believe my shit is A1, da 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 da. She was like, how I made a girl squirt before, blah blah blah. I'm just like, that's how we started talking about, you know, squirting. And she was like, did you ever squirt it? I'm like, no, like, these niggas don't know. There's no nigga has ever made me, period. She was like, damn, that sucks. That should be fire. Like, da 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 da. So she started talking about how I be feeling, and she was like laughing because it's like, I don't know, we were high. We was just laughing about the conversation, and I'm like, yeah, no, niggas. And she was like, yo, okay, we was laughing, and then it got quiet as fuck, and then she was like, alright, so come on then. And then I'm like, come on. Like, I'm thinking like, alright, we leaving. Like, she's like, come on. I'm like, okay, come on. I start getting up. Yo, I can't say this, yo. I hope nobody I know sees it. I swear to God, my fucking parents, everybody I know in my family better not see this. I'm gonna tell my cousin not to watch this, okay? But, so we sitting in the car, okay? And I'm getting up to leave, and then so she just grabs me. Okay, I was always small, bitch. Do you see me? I'm short as fuck. She was like taller than me, a little bit taller than me, like yeah, she was bigger than me. So like she just grabs me and starts kissing me.
I'm not coming over here no more.
Wow.
She just playing and kissed me in my mouth.
I'm not talking about kissing me like kissing me in my mouth. No. Shorty grabbed me, started kissing me on my neck. And listen. Bro, if you like, I don't know if you're the type of person to like that shit, but I like that, okay? Like I'm saying, like when niggas, you know, when niggas do it, that should be fire. like the way she was doing it was fire too. So I'm like, whatever, like that shit felt good. Like you telling me somebody kiss you on your neck, you're not going, you know the feeling. That's all I'm gonna say. And she started doing that, and I'm just like, oh shit, like the fuck. And I was high, so I'm like, that shit felt even more good. Like when you're high, you feel that shit even more. So I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? And like I didn't care either. Like fuck it, you know, whatever. So, but listen, I'm just like, okay. I'm like, yo, we in the car. Like, what are you doing? And then that day, I think I had on. That day I had on a jumpsuit, a black jumpsuit. So shorty started taking my jumpsuit off, and I'm like, cause I don't have like if you know what a jumpsuit is, it's a whole shit. So it's like for her to do anything, the whole shit had to come off. Fucking open a jumpsuit from the bottom. It's a jumpsuit. So she's over there, and the jumpsuit was like a whole zipper shit. Cute, I know. Anyways, so she took my jumpsuit off, and I'm like, yo, this is how you know I was slow as fuck. This is how you know I was slow. Cause she takes my jumpsuit off, and I'm like meanwhile, moving is so slow in my head. The thoughts are moving so slow in my head. I'm like, what are we about to do? Like, what can we do? I'm not stupid. Like, I watch porn, blah, 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 blah. I know what girls do. But I was like, I'm not doing it. So, what the fuck we about to do? And then, bitch start going down. And I'm like, I'm flexible. I ain't that flexible, okay? And we didn't have space in the car like that. Cause, okay, this is the back of the car. The back seats, we're here. You know how in front of us the other seats are. So it's like I'm laying this way, but then my legs are this way. So it's like they were like close to, cause this car was small. It was like hitting the front seat of the other seat. Like, feel me? Like it was just, there was no space, bro. I felt the stretch of my body. I was like, yo, what the fuck? But she was wilding, and then once she started doing her shit, I was like, what the fuck? I forgot about that shit. My legs ain't hurt, none of that. Cause I'm like, yo, never in my life did I feel this ever. I'm just like, fuck it, shit. But I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, I hope she don't think I'm about to do that to her, because I'm not with that shit, okay? So she starts going in. And when I say she starts going in, I'm about to go into details. So if you ain't ready for the details, click out the video. Because I've gone head from boys before, but they didn't have no techniques, none of this shit she was doing. So I was like, okay. Shorty, okay. Word two, never in my life. Okay, I got head from niggas, but their head was like, their tongue, yeah, licking the clit, da 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 da. Fingers, all that. Like, they did their little thing. If you're a girl and you got head before, and niggas, or a nigga or a girl, whatever, whoever did that shit to you, and you suck your clit while they was giving you head, then you haven't experienced the best part of head. That's all I'm saying. Cause that's the best part. That's all I'm saying. Well, to me, that shit was fire. I'm like, what is she doing? At first, I'm like, what is she doing? Like, why does it feel like this? And then, like, I realized what she was doing. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, ain't no nigga ever did this shit before. So I'm like, alright, let me explain it for the guys. Like, when a girl's giving you head, and y'all be mad sensitive at the tip, whatever, she's sucking it. How you feel when you about to nut? That's how it feels. Like, but the thing is, she was doing it like she's a girl, so she knows what the fuck girls want. So she was doing it right. And then while she was doing that, like sucking on it, she had her fingers. Yo, this is so weird. while she was doing that, she was fingering me at the same time. It was just one finger though, because you know, pussy too tight, can't even put in 2 fingers. So yeah, she was fingering me with one finger, sucking the clit, sucking it. When I say sucking it, I don't mean licking it, no licking it, no, none of that. She was sucking it. I'm like, why this nigga never did that shit? The fuck? I'm like, I'm thinking she about to be finished, like, cause I'm about to be finished. No, she stops. So like, the sensation went away. So it's like, she was doing other stuff now, so doing more shit, so it lasts longer. You feel me? Now at this point, I can't hold in nothing. Like I'm just there, can't hold it in. So I'm like, shit. So many things running through my head at the same time. Like I'm like, nah, bitch, can't be too loud. We're outside. Like that shit just felt too good. Like, let me get my explanation shit out. There's the clit, the tongue around it. Like, but if you know, you know what it is. Like when you go around the shit, like all the way around. Like I'm talking about the top of it to the, like that with the tongue. That's the one right there. That's the one. She's just going in, da 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 da. She didn't make me squirt nothing, but I came. So I'm like, all right, I'm done. Like, cause after I came, I feel like a nigga, like, you know when a nigga is done with a girl and she like, he's like, yeah, get the fuck away from me. That's how I felt, which just happened. Like that was so weird. That was so weird. Okay, so she's like, she gets off of me, and then she's just laughing, and I'm just like, I'm laughing too, cause it's funny. Like, what the fuck just happened? And like the car is wet and shit. Like the car was wet. Like, okay, not to gas myself, but bitch, I should be fucking Niagara Falls. Okay, period. So the fucking seat by where I was laying at was kind of wet and shit. So I'm like, we're supposed to go now to go get these niggas, and the car looks weird. Feel me? Like I put my clothes back on. It was mad hot. It was hot as fuck because the car wasn't on. We're stupid. Like we didn't have the car on, and the air wasn't on. None of that. It was hot. She's like, after a while, she's like, oh, we gotta go get them from over here. Get in the front because I didn't want to sit in the back because like it was like, you know. So I get in the front. She was like, well, this time might make you squirt, but next time watch. I was like, next time? I can't do this, bro. I can't do it. Like, it was good and all, but I'm like, nah, no way. And I felt like, yo, I'm talking to this dude. And also, once the high wore off and shit, I came to my senses. I'm like, this is my friend's girlfriend. This is kind of crazy. But then it's like, we're in high school. I'm like, in my head, I know he really don't give a fuck about her because we talk all the time. So I'm like, he not gonna feel no way about it if he finds out, which he never really did and never cared once he found out. So I ain't do nothing bad, okay? Yeah, that's the story. Like, we went to go get them. I got out the front so he could sit in the front with her, and I sat in the back with this nigga. He got into the back seat. He sat right on the spot. He sat right on the wet spot. And sitting on some juices. But that was funny. So yeah. And yeah, they never really found out until afterwards when we was all like, we was dead as all cool. Like after a while, like we all had our own shit going on and we was still cool. We was not talking to him. Like I wasn't talking to the guy no more. He wasn't with that girl no more. And then that's when we like told him, because me and her used to talk about it afterwards. Like, yeah, we was wilding. So yeah, honestly, after that, any guy that I started talking to and like was doing that with me, she set the bar high for that shit. After that, like I was really contemplating doing that shit again with another gun, because I'm like, how? Like how? That was one time only, and never happened again. So that's the story. So comment, like, subscribe. Do not share this video, please. Not playing. Share this video if you want to. Like, comment, subscribe, and remember, if you a bad bitch mob, you the op.